Hello, I'm Renee Rollins along with Dr. Lisa Burkhart-Worley and Dr. Michelle Burden, and welcome to Pop Talk. We're the show where you never know what topics might pop up. Hey, we are here and actually taping our shows at the National Religious Broadcasters Convention, and I'm telling you what, you never know who you're going to run into.
That's right.
There are some television, radio, and film producers at every corner, and on today's show it's not going to be any different. We will be speaking to two different movie producers and directors who are making a real difference in Christian film today, and Lisa has the introduction.
Well, thank you so much, Renee. And you're right. We keep running into people. I almost didn't get here today because I was running into people and hugging them. But we're a family in the broadcasting and film industry, aren't we? And our guest today is Tyler Samson. Tyler is the director of a new movie coming out called Learning You. It's a movie inspired by real parents raising children with special needs. Tyler has produced other movies, including I Can, A Father's Fight, and Christmas Collision. I want to see that one. That sounds really interesting. It sounds like a funny movie. Is it a funny movie?
Yeah.
So we're just so glad to have you on Pop Talk, Tyler. Tell us about Learning You. That's your new one. What prompted you to get involved in this movie?
Yeah, Learning You is a story about a dad who's reconnecting with his son who has severe autism. And we were sent this script. If you've ever made any movie ever, you get sent a lot of scripts.
Right.
Wow.
Most of them are cold emails, and just between us and apparently the viewers, we don't read all of them. But the person that would read them on our team is a guy named Mark. And Mark happens to have a 35-year-old profoundly autistic daughter named Julianne.
Wow.
So when he saw this script, he fell in love with it. He called me, he said, "You need to read this, this could be our next film." Mark's the type of guy that I'll do anything he asks me to do. So I read it and I immediately fell in love, specifically with what we could do ministry-wise with the film. In our church, we have a lot of special needs families.
Wow.
We have a sensory room, we have an adult special needs program. And my mind just went immediately to, okay, we can help some people with this. And we were off to the races after that.
Love that.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, Tyler. So tell us about the storyline for Learning You. Can you share what people will learn when they watch the film?
Yeah, it's about a dad who's an architect. And you meet him at the beginning of the film, right before his life kind of collapses. His son's very young at this point. He's destroyed the house at Christmas time. And then you fast forward 7 years, just a flash forward, and he and his wife have been divorced, which is about a 56% rate with families within the autism community, especially with severe autism. His son is institutionalized and he's kind of at his wit's end. So on a last-ditch effort to kind of recharge his life, he takes his son out of the institution and takes him on a road trip to the beach, which is what his son's always wanted.
Wow.
And it's pretty heartwarming, and we do not pull any punches. So it's very raw and an authentic look at what it's really like for families like this. So I think people will take away from it a new perspective, a level of compassion for these families, and also just a general life lesson that we need to be learning one another within relationships, because the minute that stops, those relationships stop. And so even if you don't have kids with autism, it's a movie that everyone needs to see.
I had a friend with a special needs child, and she lost a lot of friends because friends didn't want to be around the special needs child.
Wow.
And so it's just super difficult for parents like that because they want to have a social life.
It's incredibly isolating.
Yes.
Yes.
There are a lot of programs for the kids. There are hardly any resources for the caregivers, like the parents, the aunts and uncles, that kind of thing. And so it's a life sentence that is incredibly isolating that they know will be forever. We had a family. I did a lot of research to make this film. We interviewed 100 families, over 100. But one of them literally told me, "I pray every day that my kid will die before I do." And as a pastor, that is like one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever heard in my life. But it makes sense because they have no idea what will happen to that kid whenever they pass away. So just navigating that landscape was both rewarding and really challenging as a filmmaker.
Gosh, that's an incredible story. It really makes you stop and think about what it takes moment by moment and how God really puts that parent in a place of just having to steward that their entire life.
We did our red carpet premiere was back in November, So we had everybody from Hollywood that was involved come in, the guys from The Chosen, all of that stuff.
Oh, wow.
But we invited 200 special needs families. So it was like a weird mix of
Amazing.
Hollywood
That's
and
awesome.
local community.
Yes.
But we had this boat, and it's a running motif in the film, and the boat was there at the premiere, and those special needs kids could get in it. And we had a dad just break down weeping, and he said, my kid has
Oh.
always wanted to have a boat ride, and I've never been able to make that happen because of his disability, but tonight you gave him a 5-minute boat ride. And like little
Oh.
things like that, it's just unbelievably heartwarming, but like we take for granted. I could get on a boat right now, and those families cannot, and it's just it's very rewarding.
Hey, I wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about the actors that are in the film. Tell us about that and what they bring to the production of this. It's got to be special.
Yeah, so John Wells was, as soon as I read the script, he was the guy I had in mind to make the film. I actually met him on Christmas Collision, which is like a Hallmark-style Christmas movie.
We're gonna go look that movie up. It's gonna be a girls' night with popcorn and everything.
I did
We're
not.
gonna
I
watch
did.
Christmas
I did not
Collision.
produce that. I shot that movie, but I met John on that. He was the lead in that movie. He and I became instant friends. But he has a 10-year-old autistic son.
Wow.
So when I read this script, I was like, if
You're the
anybody
one.
could accurately portray these emotions, John could because he's living it.
Yes.
And I think he has. But working with Stacey Heidick, she's the lead on Days of Our Lives. She came in and she actually works directly with one of the autistic actors, and they became like attached at the hip. She just like
Wow.
mothered him the entire time. But for someone with that, like she's a 2-time Emmy-winning actor, and so
Yes.
for someone with that pedigree to come in and just like humble herself to work with this fully grown autistic person it was so awesome to watch. So I could not have had a better cast to
That's
work with.
amazing. That's
What I
amazing.
find highly unusual, Tyler, is that you're not keeping the proceeds from the film. Can you talk about that? That doesn't happen in the film industry.
No, it does not.
Right.
We made a movie called I Can back in 2023, and it ended up being it was the second best seller on Amazon for Christian films for that year.
Wow.
It was a movie about a girl who was born with one arm. She became an All-American softball player. First ever softball movie. So I grew up playing football. I had Rudy and Remember the
Yes.
Titans, all that stuff. They don't have anything. So we made this
Right.
movie, it blew up. And just vividly remember one meeting, one of our producers, phenomenal Christ followers, they said, guys, we're dangerously close to serving two masters. Because our conversations have shifted to how can we tell this story and reach as many people to how can we sell as many tickets at the box office.
Right.
And all that took was that one comment, and our entire team decided to give 100% of the profits away. We're like, God, we're not doing it. Like we don't want any part of that. So we helped
Praise
about
God.
4,500 families who were taking care of orphans through that movie. So for this one, we already knew we were going to do that going
Wow.
into it, and we actually started our own organization called ACT. Stands for Awareness, Connection, and Touch, and it's designed to reach the caregivers and parents of kids with autism. So we
Wow.
guinea pigged it in our area in Louisville for a year, and now we're doing these red carpet events in about 18 cities nationwide, and they will be charter programs for ACT all across the country.
Oh.
So
You're going beyond the movie, aren't
Yes.
you?
yeah, I don't have
Change
any, I don't have any
lives,
interest
man.
in just
Tell
making
you have a
movies.
master's
Yeah,
heart,
yeah.
yes.
Man.
Yes. So where can we see the movie? And is it having a theatrical release?
Yeah.
So it actually came out in theaters in January 16th. So it was in several hundred screens in most cities in America, and it comes out in 25 cities in Europe on March 13th. But beyond that, it'll be streaming coinciding with Autism Awareness Month. So April 1st,
Yes.
it'll be out everywhere you can watch movies, that kind of thing.
That's great.
Wow.
We're going to watch that as well. Now, you've got to tell the story because you told us that you just flew in from another country just a
did.
few hours ago, but it's an unbelievable story that we would like for you to share with us today.
Yeah, I feel like my eyes are about as red as this this backdrop because I'm a little tired.
We're not.
Good. Yeah, we just got off of a plane from Pakistan. My wife and I did. So our church is called First Capital, but I told you guys we do this big online thing called Church Anywhere. Part of that is using digital resources to train up pastors in other countries. So we've got 61 of these locations all across the world. One of
Wow.
them happens to be in Pakistan. And so the pastors we've trained up in Pakistan have connected us with opportunities to free families from slavery. Pakistan has 4.5 million people enslaved in brickyards. So they make about 1,600 bricks by hand a day. They're generational slaves trying to
Oh.
pay off debt that they will never pay off. And so over the last 2 years, my team has freed 44 families from slavery. But this past week, we actually freed
Wow.
13 families, and I got to be there for it. So this is my first time being like walking onto the brick factory, talking to the owners, like watching the debt get paid, hugging the families. It's an incredible experience. And it was just like
Phenomenal.
4 random people from the United States, not working with any organization, just some dudes that we met online that are now pastors, and God did the rest. It's really cool.
Well, Tyler, I know one day, you're a young guy, but one day when you get to heaven, I know you're going to hear, well done, good and faithful servant, for all the work you do with the film and with the church and with freeing slaves in Pakistan. Amazing, amazing work. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Tyler, before we go, we just want to bless you and find out, how can we pray for you and for this ministry that's gone all over the world?
Yeah, I would say pray for God to open continually more doors. I've got a team leaves next week for Peru. I don't know when this will air, but at some point they would have been in Peru looking to start more of these Church Anywhere locations. And so our goal is to be in every country that we possibly can be, simply not to spread our name, but to raise up other pastors, train them up, and see as many people come to know the Lord as possible. So just continue to pray that God will open those doors. So far, it makes no sense. We're in a small town in southern Indiana, and God's using that small town to reach literally the world. So just keep praying that He keeps doing it.
Serve a big God.
Absolutely.
So you're an evangelist, really?
No, I'm a full-time pastor. So like I do the whole like pastoral counseling. I preach 40 times a year. Like I'm not a natural evangelist by heart, but I feel like I have a gift of leading people, and so I can raise up evangelists for gifts that I don't have. And I think that's what God's allowing me to do through this ministry. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Know your gift.
Yeah.
For sure.
Making life-changing films and reaching the world for Jesus. Wow. Thank you so much, Tyler, for being here. And we just want to say that if you'd like to learn more about the movie, Learning You, you can find out about it. Go to the movie's website, learningyoumovie.com.
Our next guest here at the NRB convention is Desmond Denton. He is a documentary film producer as well as a narrative film producer from South Africa. Now, we've been aware of Desmond for a couple of years. We connected with him a couple of years ago, and we said, we're going to get you on the television show. I'm sorry it took so long, Desmond, but we've got you on now. And he's a great guy. We've had dinner with him a couple of times. He is an author. He's a passionate filmmaker and the creator of a new documentary. It's called 24, A Global Human Story in an AI Age. Wow. He's the founder of A Story Studios and the winner of 16 International Film Festival Awards and numerous other film selections. Desmond is also teaching 2 master classes here at NRB. One is about AI and humans in the age of machines, and the other is from vision to screen, pitching and getting film ready. So Desmond, finally, we get you on Pop Talk. Welcome to Pop Talk. Hey, we want to know all about your new documentary. It sounds so interesting. It's called 24, A Global Human Story in an AI Age. What's it about? Sounds so interesting.
Yeah, so I'm completely obsessed about art. And this whole thing came to me as we see the Taylor Swifts, we see all these stories, but where are the incredible Christian artists? So God put it in my heart while I come from a background of doing narratives, stories, films. Like, these stories needs to be told. I'm looking for the Mozarts of Christian arts. And it's not just painting. We're going out to Norway, filming these guys building these incredible Viking ships and villages. That's involved in a lot of things. We go to Colombia with an animator. So we literally travel across the world of people who are masters in art, but are Christians. So I'm really excited to bring that story to life. We're in Nashville, where we're also going to do a really exciting episode real soon.
What is that? You've got to tell us.
Yeah, I'm filming with Michael Ricks, who's an African-American banjo artist, incredible person. So we're filming his story this weekend. So like I said, yes, we're literally traveling across the world to showcase an incredible God through incredible people.
Wow, that is amazing. Now, I know that your documentary series is about the master arts of the world, but what kind of statement are you trying to make about artificial intelligence through this series?
Yeah, so my topic I'm presenting today at NRB is all about, is there place left for human art in the age of the machines? So obviously a lot of people are scared. Oh, do we have a job left? These machines, these AI can write, they can sing, they can do things faster and maybe in some ways better. Is there space left for humans? And I would say definitely yes. It's the same picture as if you look at diamonds, like a manufactured diamond versus one that's in earth, being compressed, taking years. I think the difference is where the average day Joe artist, every day, in many things, even preachers, they're going to have a challenge because AI can do it faster, maybe better. But those who's going to push their craft to really be the best, I think they will still stand out in this place, but it's going to push us to go further with our art.
But AI is getting so sophisticated,
Yeah.
and it's getting to the point where you can't even tell if it's AI or if it's real.
Right.
I mean, how do you stop something like that?
I think the question is, a lot of people are kind of on the other side saying, let's stop it. Could we stop the internet? Could we stop the print?
Right.
And these, I think God created all, and all can be used for His good. If we're not going to use it, who will? If you look at the
Yes.
influence of media, if I travel to places around the world and I see what happened with the wokeism and the impact of
Right.
a few years ago and those things in the rest of the world, it is shocking. So I would say use every tool you can, obviously with discernment, but use it to glorify God. I think we can't stop that. It's not control,
Right.
delete, and it's
Amen.
gone. It's here. Let's use it to do what we do even better.
Yes.
Yes, and you know, one of the things that I think about when you're talking about AI and how great it is that, first of all, we bring two things. We bring the anointing of the Holy Spirit
Right.
that AI cannot,
Exactly.
right? And also there's the element of human imperfection in recording, you know, that really misses that. So I'm really glad that you are pursuing this with such passion. Tell us how you came up with the idea, actually, of doing the documentary. What sparked that?
So I was at Capernaum Studios at the content conference with the incredible Tim Shields and all those people. It was the first Christian film conference I came to attend, and I was part of panels there. And I was busy. We just won an award for our earthquake film coming up, Tilbach Earthquake. And I was like, man, this is good. I'm here on a green card in the States. We're making films. Things are happening.
Yeah.
And God just put it on my heart and said, okay, with all these things, I want to be thankful, God. What is it you want me to do? And God is part of everything I do. But instead of just, I can have 100 ideas before breakfast. All of us as great as can. Saying to God, what is it you want me to do? And the idea that came to me is not just telling my story. And as I said to Chuck, a good friend of mine today, if you're just doing your story, it can only be so big. If you're tapping into a bigger story, it can be way bigger. You can never outshine the sun, not with your brightest light.
Right.
Yes.
So 24 came as an honor to say to God, I want to share the stories about the who's who in art to the world, to inspire Christians and non-Christians that we do incredible work and that we can glorify Him through our lives and our work.
I love
That
that,
is
Desmond.
That is amazing.
I love that because, you know, we don't do anything ourselves unless the Lord leads
Yeah.
us,
Yes.
especially with our documentary work that we've been doing with anti-Semitism. I've got to hear from God about whether or not I should move forward. And I think that's such a great strategy, a great philosophy, because I don't think it's going to succeed if we don't let the Lord lead. Hey, that rhymes. That would be a good saying. Well, you interviewed a lot of people in the documentary. You're about halfway through, I think.
Yes.
Can you tell us about some of your favorite stories? Can you share?
That's really difficult. You have to be biased. I think each of them is so different. So literally, there was some amazing experience with everyone. I work with local producers. So when I went to Norway and I got to know these people who follows King Olaf, they have that broad Christianity to Norway. So right now, Vikings and things are very, very big in TV. So I got to see these people that build these beautiful sets, beautiful clothing that's authentic to their culture, that are Christian. A lot of people don't know it. They work on film sets of all kinds, but these are Christian people looking to glorify God and the old principles of King Olaf. But what was amazing when I got to know them, I was at the India function. They dressed me up like a Viking. Normally, as a foreigner, as a Westerner, you're not allowed in these things. But by having a relationship, getting to know these people, they said, you're a friend. We'll allow you in. So I get to tell them stories. And a small story from there was a person who's terminally sick. And this is a sad note, the song starts story. And in Western culture, often we're like, oh, brother, I'll pray for you, all's going to be good. And they did it so different. They sang a song that this will sound very bad, but it was really powerful for us as men about how, like, when you've got a full body and you wake up in the day, you have to glorify God. If you've been in a battle and you've lost an arm, you still have another. And the story continues, obviously, in more and more detail. And when you've got nothing left, okay, then you can say it's done. But till then, you have to use whatever you've got. And they sang this song to this person. I was like, they said to him basically, you've got to stand up tomorrow you've got this day and make some, and like each story I've done, I have these stories that's outside of the film that I'm like, God, thank you for allowing me to be part of this.
You're being blessed by doing
Yes.
it.
Very much.
So a lot of people in the movie industry are worried about AI taking their jobs, which is understandable. Animators, actors, songwriters like Renee. So what do you think all of this is, where do you think all this is headed?
I like I said, I think you can't stop it. I think it's time that we push deeper in our craft and ask, what is it that makes your art stand out so a machine can't replace it?
Right.
If it means you need to learn and get better, craft more, learn from more masters. It's really the thing, even if you walk around here at the expo, is what is that thing that makes you stand out? You're a human story, like these stories, but also your craft. So I think as an artist, as a musician, it's like if you take the Mercy Me, I Can Only Imagine, amazing film, the second one coming out.
Yes.
If you take the story behind the story,
Yes.
the AI can never replace
Exactly.
that. What is we call it the bleed factor. What is it that brought you to here? The testimony, the stories, that you as a human, the suffering. What is that testimony that God, if you take those songs from I Can Only Imagine, if you know the story behind it, you're like, wow, now the song means more than something I typed and 10 seconds later there was a song.
That is
Technically,
so true.
technically they can compete very well.
You can't take away the human emotion. You can't take it away.
No.
No.
AI is being fed by humans anyway.
Right.
I mean, you have produced so many films, Desmond, and you just keep pouring yourself into new projects. I want you to talk about where that passion is coming from. I know there are a lot of people that watch our show that would love to be able to have that kind of passion in life, and I think you can really speak a word of inspiration.
Right.
I think a part of it comes from, and I have to go back to where I'm from. Coming from Africa, storytelling is how we make sense of the world. It's how we survive. We gather, we tell stories, we make jokes, and that's how we learn. So for me, I'm really blessed that I grew up in a country that went through apartheid, seeing how a country could come together, a segregated community, and the story we got to tell about a rainbow nation. So, I mean, Jesus was the ultimate storyteller. What makes me that passionate about being a storyteller? I'm following in the
Right.
footsteps
That's
of a really good storyteller.
You're being like Jesus, right? Hey, we've probably got a minute, but I want you to tell us about Earthquake, because we saw the trailer. It was fantastic. Tell us about that. Tell us where we can see all your films as well.
So a lot of my films are out on Amazon, Apple TV, and others. Obviously, there's a lot in the works. I would always say just Google Desmond Denton, subscribe, see what we're doing with 24. The Earthquake film is in the works. TV series with a feature film. We're very excited about that one.
Yes.
And that'll come to cinema once completed.
What is Earthquake about, though? I'm going to pull it out of you.
Yeah, so it's based on a 1969, the only earthquake that South Africa's ever had. So it shows different characters, different classes, black, white, different races, basically each with their own issues. Because you think like, this is my issue, that is that issue. You have a boy in an orphanage, obviously being pushed out. They're from a different class group. So you have all these different people. When the earthquake comes, what happens? We're not black, white. We're not rich, poor.
Exactly.
We all
That's
come
right.
together.
We're all equal.
And that's what the film's about.
Well, thank you, Des. That's
Yes.
amazing, Desmond. Thank you so much for being on Pop Talk. And
Yes.
this does not mean we can't all have dinner after this, right? Next NRB, right?
Definitely.
2027, we're going to get together again. Desmond, I just love your work and love what you're doing in the film world, making a difference for the Lord. And his documentary, again, is called 24, A Global Human Story in an AI Age. If you want to learn more about the documentary and about Desmond Denton, you can check out his website at desmonddenton.com.
You got it.
And we'd love for you to reach out to us here at Pearls of Promise Ministries. You can email us at info@pearlsofpromiseministries.com. You can like us on Facebook at Pearls of Promise Ministries. Follow us on X at Pop Talk Media, or on Instagram at Pop_Ministries. And all of our past Pop Talk television shows and our award-winning documentaries are on our YouTube channel at Pearls of Promise Ministries.
And thanks to our 27 television and radio platforms, and we want to thank Chuck Wright and the wonderful production team from Overcomers TV for making this taping possible.
So that is our program today from the National Religious Broadcasters Convention. We're Pop Talk, and we're just ordinary girls.
To God turned into pearls. Have a blessed and wonderful week.
Celebrate what Jesus is doing throughout the nation and rise up to answer His call on your life. To serve the poor, heal the broken, free the captives, and bring joy to those in need. Find hope, encouragement, and motivation through Overcomers TV. This inspiring network features everyday people and ministries across America who are putting God's love in action. Tune in to Overcomers TV on your favorite app or streaming platform. It's time to overcome.
It's finally here, our second annual mega sale. This sale only comes around once a year, so take advantage of the best offers ever while you can. For example, save 50% on our Giza Dream bed sheets, as low as $29.98. And for the first time ever on TV, My Pillow mattresses and My Pillow mattress toppers, as low as $99.98. And you save 50% on our Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets, regular $69.98. Now only $39.98. And our best-selling standard My Pillows, regular $49.98, on sale for $17.98. Wait on it, mega sale only $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But wait, there's more. To make the mega sale even more special, when you order right now, your order's gonna ship absolutely free.
Hey, this is Annette Reish, president of Four Corners Home for Children. We are excited this month to tell you about our Navajo Nation outreach program. This program is growing by leaps and bounds. I could talk about it all day long, but I want you to hear about it from some of the folks directly involved.
Navajo Nation outreach is a very good thing as far as bringing all the Navajo ministers together and to get on one page to go forward with the word, teaching and preaching it, and most of all living it. Churches on the reservation, it's been estimated about 500 churches somewhere in that neighborhood.
And it's really, for me, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy going out there and being helpful.
I just appreciate my pastor Chuck going out to the reservation, because if you go deep into the reservation, it's like third world country, because to this day, 2024, there's people still with no electricity, no running water, and they're like forgotten. And I just appreciate Pastor Chuck going out and ministering and helping any way he can, and we do need it here, and I just appreciate that.
Four Corners Children's Home has been a blessing for me and my children. So they blessed my kids with brand new bikes this year for Christmas, and not only that, it's just a love. It's just it's family. It's just caring for one another.
This outreach, Navajo Nation outreach, is very, very widely needed. It's a necessity. To me, it's wonderful.